So about vaccines, for several years there has been a Bordetella vaccine that's been out that lasts for a year. It's, you know, good for a year. It is the best vaccine, and it's given in the mouth. So I have no objection to it. The ones you give by injection are the worst from an immunological standpoint, but also from a protective standpoint. The ones in the nose, I think, are rated only for half a year, but they can cause problems like reverse sneezing, which we have luck clearing with homeopathy. So really the only safe one today is the oral one, and that's what I'm recommending. Everybody get the oral Bordetella if you must get it, okay? And Bordetella is spelled B-O-R-D, not B-O-A-R-D. It's an unfortunate coincidence that it sounds like boarding and that vets often still call it kennel cough, but it has nothing to do with a kennel. It was first discovered, I guess, with dogs being boarded, just like the kids all come together for school in September and everybody gets something. So, but they can pick it up anywhere. But dogs that are fed the best food, fed the fewest toxins in terms of vaccines and medications, they tend to get over these things quickly. There are herbs that help get over Bordetella very quickly. I do not consider Bordetella a threat in a holistically maintained pet. So I don't push it, but we do have it for people who need it. And then as far as the other vaccines, the new standard from the turn of the century, from the bigwigs, the compendium that decides, okay, what vaccines are good, blah, blah, what you should give your pet. The new standard is for core vaccines, which would be distemper, adenovirus, and parvo, and rabies, but we'll stick to the DAP. They're given in one injection for the three diseases, three antigens, but they protect against 4 diseases. They're recommending every 3 years. In our alternative world, we recommend it when the titer drops, if at all. A lot of vets, my colleagues, are against vaccines, but for me, vaccines actually do work, and I don't discourage them necessarily. It's on a case-by-case basis. We just use way fewer of them. So please don't vaccinate him again without talking to us. And then we use a rabies vaccine for the maximum duration allowed by law is the 3-year, and the one we use has no mercury in it. So those are considered the core vaccines. Bordetella is not core. We do not recommend the Lyme. If you're going to do a Lyme vaccine, people, please make sure you test the dog first. If they have a positive antibody titer, don't vaccinate them. And that's what every vet should be doing, is testing them. And if they are negative, then you can consider giving the vaccine. And there's other vaccines like influenza. Lepto, good question.
She had me
Lepto protects against 4 or 5 of the possible 200 serovars that could attack the dog. What's going on?
That's me.
Okay. So depending where you live, the vaccine may be completely useless. It's called a bacterin, which means it's kind of a dirty vaccine compared to some of the fancy viral vaccines. So you can have more ill effects from it. In order to maintain good immunity, it's supposed to be given biannually, that is twice a year.
We only have 30 seconds left.
So I do not recommend it at all. Lepto is very easy to cure. However, you have to diagnose it before it kills you or your pet. But we're running out of time, so I can't get into it. I don't recommend that. I definitely don't recommend the influenza vaccine, which will only, at best, perhaps make the disease less harmful in a particular patient who has had it. If you're worried about catching something, give us a call.